So elbows need to be pointing up as the hands are pointing down. That is the same concept when we get over to the dumbbells. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so we are here with another tutorial video. People have asked me to do tutorial videos on my shoulders, so I'm doing it. No, I'm not a physique girl, so no, it's not gonna happen. Not doing it. But here's what I'm here to do. I'm here to talk about my 2 exercises that I do when I do my shoulder workouts once a month, because that's how often I train upper body. I do 1 anterior delt. Most of the time it is alternating front raises. Not here to teach that. And I do 2 rear delt exercises and 2 lateral exercises, lateral raises. Dumbbells and machine, but I do know that a lot of the times people don't have, like I train people on the computer on Zoom, and most of the time they do not have this piece of equipment, which Jess can show that piece of equipment over there. There we go. And I like that piece of equipment because a lot of the times people will say that they feel it in their forearms or their hands. They're gripping too tight. So I like that because it kind of takes that out of the equation. I am going to get a band so I could teach you really how to feel the movement, and it's almost like doing it on the equipment. But what we're going to do is I like to start with rear delts. So we're going to start with rear delts today. And I want to teach you about how to do this movement and how to not do the movement, okay? So a lot of the times when people do rear delts, they come all the way back. So that hurts, and I didn't even have any weight in my hands. Another little tip, which I've given in videos before, is my traps are enormous and I don't train them. I've never done a shrug. I've never done anything like that to keep my traps out of the equation. And if you don't want your traps to be bigger, or you don't want them to grow, you just want your rear delts to be bigger, you want to keep your head down. So usually I encourage neutral spine, but you want to keep your head down when you're doing this movement. Now, when you're doing a rear delt, any position that you feel, I will tell my clients when I'm training them on the computer or when I write out their programs for them that here or here. I personally feel it more here. So I'm going to get on the equipment. You want to be right around here, level with your chest. I'm going to grab onto it here, but I'm really not even going to grab on. So again, I don't want to use my forearms, and I'm going to teach you that once we start using the dumbbells. And I'm only going to go to here. So right now, this is as far as I have to go. My rear delts are engaged, right to here. I do not need to go all the way back. Like, oh God, that hurts. I'm gonna stop right here. Okay, so here. Okay, so again, when you're doing this movement, you really only need to go to here. Freeze frame, I'm gonna go to get a band so I can teach you something else. Okay, so shameless plug. In the description, one of my sponsors, the X bands. So I use these bands. I'm actually going to teach you how to do a band pull apart or band open, whatever it is, band pull apart. And I'm going to use this to demonstrate how you can mimic that piece of equipment over there. But this is how I teach people about where they should feel when they're doing a rear delt exercise, whether it's face down on the bench with dumbbells or on this piece of equipment. So I tell them to grab onto the band, and it really depends on how tight it is, but there should always be tension, so it should always be taut, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull it until it touches the chest. This is as far as you have to go. This is the same range of motion that I was here, okay? You can even do this as a superset. So like you can come on here and do 12 really heavy and then grab onto your band. So it's gonna be tight, tighter, tight, tighter. Constant tension on the rear delts, okay? So that is a great way to teach, and you want it to stop right here. So you don't want it to hit you in the chin. You don't want it to go too low. That's how you know your range of motion is good. So now we're going to move on to lateral raises. Okay, so I have done this with my clients because, again, I do train people. Some people are at the gym. I actually have 3 clients that are personal trainers, 2 that I see on the computer. And then I have a lot of clients that I see at their house. One of my guys has been with me for a decade, and he built an entire gym in his garage. Another one in his 50s just has one piece of equipment, dumbbells and bands. So they don't have access to all this stuff. So this is how I mimic that piece of equipment. So I'm gonna grab onto the band, plus it makes my butt look nice. And I put it, so just so you see how I did it. So here like this, wrapped it around, put it right on my bicep, right on my other bicep, and then I tuck it under my butt because I'm gonna sit on it. Okay, here like this, like this. This is also really good. I kind of came up with this one because I had a client that had carpal tunnel. So, and now all I'm going to do is lift out to the side. This is as high as you have to come. Tension, a lot of tension. Tension, a lot of tension. Okay, so elbows need to be pointing up as the hands are pointing down. That is the same concept when we get over to the dumbbells. Now, the bands, the X bands, they have all different levels. So they have this one, they have a black one, they have one that's lower than this. I believe it's orange or yellow. So buy the package of them so that you could do different levels and work your way up, just like you would with dumbbells. So now we're gonna do the same concept, and that's what I want you to think of. When you're doing a lateral raise, I want you, it's the medial delt. I mean, you're working your whole shoulder, but it's really the medial delt that we're focusing on. So I'm just gonna grab something light, okay? Just one dumbbell. And when you come out to the side, this is the position that I want you in. So I feel that all right here, okay? You can, like, a lot of the times you'll see people at the gym and they're doing their lateral raises like this. I kind of feel it a little bit in my rear delts. I kind of feel a little bit of a stretch in my pecs, a little bit of a stretch in the anterior delt. I just want to focus all on one thing, all on the medial delt, okay? So I'm gonna grab some actual weight now, okay? My lats are going to be engaged a little bit too, okay? So I'm gonna flex my back. I'm gonna keep my chin tucked, and I'm gonna lift up to the side. This is as high. You don't really need to go. You might have seen one of my videos where I go all the way up, which I will not do because this weight is a little bit too heavy. But yes, you can go all the way up. There are machines where you can go all the way up. I've grabbed light dumbbells. I've done a superset of grabbing this and then doing really lightweight. I personally just like, and I will tell you, I developed these shoulders never doing these. I just recently started adding those in. So when you're doing your lateral raises, don't go so heavy where you need to do this. You can bend the arms. So like if you want to go a little bit heavier and you bend the arms, again, you're bringing the weight a little closer to the body, but the concept still is that the arm is pointing down, the elbow is higher, and I thought I lost my mic, and it's still the medial delt, okay? So really focus on lifting here. And again, practice all these movements with really light weight. You don't have to leave your ego at the door. Like, I don't care if you're a guy, I don't care if you've been doing this for 20 years. If you really want to have good mind-muscle connection, if you want the muscles to grow, you want to make sure that you're doing everything with proper form and that you are targeting the muscle that you really want to grow and you want to work, not a million other ones. So try this out. I hope you like this little tutorial. Another rear delt exercise that I would do would be, let's say, like a face pull. So maybe I'll do that in another video. Leave your comments below. Let me know if you want me to teach a few more rear delt exercises, and I will see you in the next video.